Right, here's male reproductive systems. Here is the scrotum here. Scrotum. It's like the sac that hangs around the testes. Over here, here's the testes right there. Testes. Okay. Right here, here's the testes here. Here, I have a hard time doing this. Let's see. Here is epididymis. Epididymis. It's a storage area where the tails are put on the spermatozoons, and inside here the testes are the seminiferous tubules where the spermatozoons are produced. Okay, and they come out here getting ready for the next ejaculatory event in epididymis here, where the tails are put on. Okay, when the ejaculatory event does occur, you have right here are the vas deferens. Okay, you got like per ejaculatory event on average is 39 million spermatozoons, sperm cells coming through the vas deferens right here. Okay, now here is the seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicles right here. It makes 70% of our semen. Okay, and here's the prostate gland right here, the red prostate gland. It makes 30% of the semen. Okay, so let's look. Here's a sagittal cut. It's cut right in two. So here's the urinary bladder. Okay, here's a sagittal cut of the prostate gland right here. So here's the prostatic urethra. So after the prostatic urethra, we've got 100% of a semen coming through there, because the prostate gland makes 30% of the semen. So we got 100% of the semen come through the penile urethra here, and 39 million spermatozoons to fertilize the egg. Okay. So here's the other half. So here's the rectum right here. It's the digestive system. There's the anal canal right there. Okay, sagittal cut of the prostate gland, prostatic urethra. Here's a urinary bladder on top. I told you my prostate gland is big, putting pressure on my urinary bladder. So prostate gland shooting the hormone, the semen and the spermatozoons down the penile urethra. Okay, here's a plastic model of the penis. Here's the glans. Nicknamed the head, that's the glans. Okay. Now, if you do a sagittal cut of the penis, right here, let's see, get it apart. We're going, so here's a sagittal cut of the penis here. Here's the corpus cavernosum. Most of the penis is made up of corpus cavernosum. Blood fills there during an erection. Okay, here's the penile urethra right here. And this is called the glans, where the foreskin, before they do the circumcision, that's where the foreskin is. Okay, so that is the male reproductive system. The female reproductive system, so we're taking a look at, women have 2 ovaries, the gonads, and they only ovulate 1 egg a month. This ovary makes 1 egg, which is called the ovum, and this ovary takes the month off. Okay, women ovulate once a month. Okay, during ovulation, the egg, which is called the ovum inside the ovary, it bursts out of the follicle around the egg. It bursts out of the ovary, and the fimbriae right here, the fallopian tubes, grab it. And now it's called a secondary oocyte. The egg is called a secondary oocyte, and it's moved into the fallopian tube. So this is the fallopian tube right here, the site of fertilization in a human being. The fallopian tube is also called the uterine tube and the oviduct, but I like to call it the fallopian tube. Okay, here's the uterus here. Here's the vagina. Vagina has 4 functions: the copulatory organ, which means sexual intercourse, release of menstruals, opening to the uterus, Okay? So here's the uterus here. So here's the cervix. That's a bad area for cervical cancer. So the spermatozoons pile up right here. They come up the uterus. The spermatozoons are sperm cells. They don't really know which way to go. So that's why there's got to have so high of a sperm count. So spermatozoons come this way. They go up the fallopian tube. And just one of them fertilizes the egg, if that's what you want. Okay? The fertilized egg is called a zygote now. Okay? In a day and a half, it starts multiplying. 2, 4, 8. Okay? The zygote stays into the fallopian tube about 6 days. It comes down here and then plants into the endometrium, the inner wall of the uterus. Okay? The first 8 weeks is called an embryo. Okay? From 8 weeks to birth is called a fetus. At birth to 1 year it's called an infant. And the ovaries are just hanging on 4 ligaments. Here's the ovarian ligament, suspensory ligament, and the tarp looking thing is the broad ligament. Oh, that's the broad ligament.